Jack is a box of French fries and Thomas is a packet of ketchup. They have been close friends since they were children. They spent time together and have made many unforgettable memories. One day they were on their way to meet, and suddenly a car rushed while Jack was walking towards Thomas. Thomas, who was trying to save Jack, was killed and died at the scene. Jack lost his precious friend and was depressed for a few days. During that time, a pocket came up and began talking to him. He said that he was a soy sauce packet and his name was Crow. He also added that he was a distant relative of Thomas. Crow mentioned that he had met Thomas in his dreams and that Thomas had asked him to take care of Jack. Jack believed Crow's words without doubt because his body and mind were in a weak state. He also believed Crow was a gift sent by Thomas. Jack and Crow became good friends. They spent time together like Jack had done with Thomas. About a month later, Jack said he would like to introduce Jack to his mentor, whom he admires a lot. It was a small bottle of soy sauce named Tim. Tim seemed to know Jack well already. He explained that he believes God had already been waiting for Jack to meet him. Since that day, Jack, Crow, and Tim have always been together. Those three seemed like they were very close friends. The only unusual thing among them is that when they were together, Crow and Tim always tried to explain to Jack about their God. They showed him a book written by their God, showed their God on television, sang songs of worship for their God, and later even asked Jack if he wants to go see the God. Jack wondered why they loved and respect the God every day, so he took their offer. On the day Jack went to meet the God, Jack was led by Crow and Tim and went into a building together. Jack was surprised to see all of those people praying for their God together. The three friends took their seats. After a while, a God appeared and everyone applauded. The God gestured once and all but Jack fell. At the moment, Jack looked around and also fell down like others did. He closed his eyes for a few seconds. He tried to feel the God's power and thought that he was really happy to be with his friends. He also thought he would like to have this happiness for a long time. The God began to preach. He emphasized that he had tremendous power. He also mentioned that anyone who believed in him and devoted to him is able to live a happy future life even after the death. And the God told Jack that he needed a proof of dedication by sacrificing all of French fries to him. Each French fries were like life and energy to Jack. So when he heard that he has to give them up, he was really afraid. At that time, the God said one more time, watching Jack afraid, "If you go to heaven, you can live happily ever after with your loved ones." When Jack heard it, he remembered his friend Thomas, Crow, and Tim. He did not want to lose his friends anymore and wanted to live with them forever. Eventually, Jack decided to give his French fries to the God. He got weaker and weaker. Time passed and Jack had only one French fries left. He knew he would die if he lost the last one, and he was afraid of death. The God looked at him once again and spoke to him. "Don't worry, and just believe me. You'll be happy after the death. You can go to heaven and live with your friends forever and ever." Eventually, Jack gave up his last French fry and passed away. Jack didn't know until he died that the man who killed Thomas was the soy sauce bottle god whom he worshipped, and the friends whom he believed and loved were only trying to use him for themselves.